It should be no surprise that diet is a crucial component in a successful body recomposition. Factors within a diet such as adequate amounts of protein are imperative for body recomposition that places an emphasis on building lean muscle mass, which involves maintaining a low body fat percentage. Carbohydrates are also important in supporting energy levels to execute strenuous resistance training workouts, and fats also play a role in supporting hormonal health, among other critical functions. Protein, however, has proven to be an absolute priority for individuals who would like to increase their muscle mass. A study in 2015 involved two participant groups. One normal protein intake group, who consumed 2.3 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, and a high protein intake group, who consumed 3.4 grams per kilogram of body weight per day. After 8 weeks, both groups gained the same amount of fat-free muscle mass, but the higher protein intake group reported higher fat loss than the normal protein group, even after eating a higher amount of calories. For a body recomposition, you would need to eat 200 to 300 calories under maintenance to render fat loss. As far as protein goes, you can determine the amount of protein you would consume on a daily basis. Beginners, who are not experienced weightlifters, can eat closer to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight, and for those who are more advanced, a protein intake that is closer to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight will be sufficient for achieving a successful body recomposition. You can split the remaining calories and allocate them for carbs and fat intake in whichever way that best suits your preference. Once you have this set, begin resistance training and stay consistent, which we will discuss in more depth later on in this video. Monitor your progress and adjust your training regimen as needed. Some great foods that can help you hit your macronutrient goals during a body recomposition are meat, seafood, eggs, legumes, tofu, and dairy products, such as milk and Greek yogurt. Another type of food to implement into your diet are foods that are rich in fiber. Fiber-rich foods absorb water and move through the digestive tract slowly, which can help make you feel fuller for longer and can aid in weight loss.